I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All Complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CT Review. Today is July 14, Monday, 2025. Hope you had a good day, good weekend here. So we pretty much gapped down, obviously, right? And then we hunted for Friday's low, and then hunted for this low here, and then they left this guy here. But look at this. This is that first imbalance of the month. Look how we came very close to it. We're talking about maybe a point or whatever. But and then here you can see London almost rating it. Had a divergence here, and then with I think ES or no Dow. I'm sorry, I think Dow. No, I think yeah, I can't remember right now. And then got this quadded for the opening gap here. See the bodies here, and then we just rated for liquidity, sealing that imbalance, and specifically. It's that open. Look at the open of this candle here, right? You see this? See right here? Look up top. Up top says open 842.5. What's the low here? What's the low here? 842.25. So one tick comes below, and then got an inversion imbalance there too. I ain't even gonna draw that, but point is that we're expanding up and trying to hunt the previous session high, which would be obviously Friday's high, and then we also took the Friday high itself. And then this is where we are. And then I'll go into this just for Fridays a little bit. You'll see this is the Wednesday's imbalance. Those are very key, right? For your notes, this is a little gem. First imbalance of the month, first imbalance of the week, first imbalance, Wednesday imbalance of the week. And see how that works out. You'll see here, I'm going to show you some fire real quick just to talk about Friday. And it was very needed to be cautious here because of the fact that we had this weekly imbalance here. So it's still there, but we never tagged into it. So I think we're exceeding more bullish. We expect this to stay empty when we're really bullish. And also, so let me just, this is real quick Friday. I measured here the swing with the bodies. You can see 2 to 2.5. Now look at that Wednesday from, we're talking about the 9th, dragged out. You can see we come into it here, and let me go back to the 1 minute, and then here you can see 9:30. Well, we get this. Then there's so much to talk about. I want to make this video short, but we had a 15-minute imbalance here. What I'm looking for is, generally speaking, a 15-minute imbalance to dip down into and then push back up. Well, we tagged it here. We pushed it almost to the 50%. This is Friday we're talking about. And then we get this first imbalance of that session of Friday, right? And you can see we dig underneath right there, and then we sell off. When we sell off, we get into the wick. So the rejection wick here. And then we don't take out that low. So we come up. What's the real goal here is you see an inefficiency. Breakout level pushes through. So we're coming to attack that. And then here you'll see here, that's that 15-minute imbalance right here. This is an hourly. And then you'll see us coming down with some drives. And then you can see how we push above that 15-minute imbalance right there with the closure above, and then this 947 wicking back down, pushing up, and then to seal the opening range gap. See how we come right to it. So nice trades here. Got this quadded from that low to high there. Trying to understand, was I highlighting maybe a 5 minute? I can't remember. And then X marks the spot here with sealing it, coming back into this balance price range, and then you see the break here of this extension, and then coming down for the 2 to 2.5, back to the 930, sealing it, and then tagging that 1 hour right there again, and then pretty much was done for the day. And then you had a nice little shift right here above this high with this retraces back into that imbalance and inversion, and then you got the bottom 25%. And then 50% of that gap that we had highlighted and then came up here and then played around here and then built liquidity to rate it back to the first imbalance here. I didn't even draw it, but anyways, point of me saying all that is getting into today's price action. Let me just hop right into it with the fire. You'll see that back to that. Here's the example of that Wednesday. We're not done with it. We're using it. So we have the opening range here for Asia, and we sweep that, right? And that's what this is basically. And then we do hit that -1 standard deviation pretty much to a tick, I think, right there already. So this is suspect. And for me, in general speaking, when we're pushing up like this originally, even before 9:30, we're pushing up, right? We're sealing that gap, right? So that's number one. Number two, we rush up for these guys right here, the guys who are selling here for liquidity, and then we gap down. We got to come back up, get them, and then we look how we tag to a tick that Wednesday first imbalance. Boom. So I get that first, right? So 9:30 shoots up, not doing nothing, shoots up. And we already have this built liquidity, but what do you think I'm doing here? What am I doing here in this area here? Well, number one, I have the equal lows here. You see this little sell model right there. But number two, I'm trying to get outside of the gap, right? I want to sweep that gap, because when this breakout level right here over to the bottom left, you see how they shoot right through it. Okay, so there's completely empty price in there. Well, there's price, but I mean, they want to come back and tag that, and you can see that we're coming right into it. So when this obviously a small opening range gap today, when you look at the structure here, it pops up, comes down, pops up here, breaks, hits that 25, comes back up. What is this? This to this is a fib reversal. This is a 70 on the fib, or a 79 maybe. I didn't need to measure it, but then look at the bodies here are stuck inside this wick here. So I'm basically taking that trade as the example of what? Just coming down to wipe out this liquidity and what I just discussed. What did we do? We did that. We had a super overbought. I love it when the RSI is just like so sweet, especially on a Monday. They want to get people, we have CPI tomorrow, so they want to get people involved, and they make it a little easy. So we got to take advantage of that. But X marks the spot where we're going here. And I don't have this imbalance right here marked yet, but I just know where I'm going. And then I'll show you where I mark it. So now I have this 15-minute imbalance, right? You have to include the little gap. Ooh, what did we do? We tagged 50% of it. Bro, that's not random. You think this right here is random and this is random? No, sir. So oversold, right? Beautiful. Breakout level, last two down candles here, and fucking beautiful. Now, at the time, this was one drive. I screenshotted it with the one drive. Then it came down with a second drive, and I was like, oh, maybe a third one, maybe sweep it. And they didn't. And that's why I still took the trade. Yes, look where my entry is. I talk about this all the time if you watch my videos at the open, once it crosses over. So what does it do? It pops up, and then it tags the open again right there. See that? Boom, tags the open again. I'm letting it tag it, right? I got my stop loss right here at initially, right? Didn't need it. Just shot right through. So as you see, I got it circled here. Where am I going with that? Well, I got the projection from this low to this high. We broke that. Low, high, lower low, breakthrough. So I'm projecting to 101.5, which is right here. And what do I have coupled with that? That top 25% of the opening week gap. But why am I also circling this? And why am I trying to get up in this area? Well, besides we're bullish and we're trying to get back to the first imbalance, probably above this high. But the purpose is that it broke here too. So remember, we broke, we retraced. We broke again, and then it bodies slither down, right? So I need to come back and attack those easy sellers, right? I was in the fucking sell, wasn't I? So also, more importantly, this level right here, this little guy right there, you'll see it later in price action. When we broke through it, you'll see it here. I'll show you in a second, but that was my goal here. Wasn't trying to hold it for anything. It's Monday. I'm super tired. I actually didn't even get sleep last night. Well, So done for the day. It's not even, it just turned 9:52 and I'm squeezing it out and I'm done. So again, I don't know if they want to rush back down for this, but and then this monthly, sorry, this weekly imbalance to tag it or not. But hey, you'll see the price action very clear afterwards. And I didn't take this trade, but I should have. But I was actually done, so I left it alone. As you see here, we come up here. Look at this low here, by the way. You can see the structure here. Watch this. So I was going up. It came up. Where was it? It was like this. Then it came back down, broke right there. Then it came down. See that? So it was something like this. So they made these low and they broke it. Clear on a 15 second. It's actually also what I was using, but and then the first imbalance here, you see, you was pushing up and you think, oh, I hit the 25, we tagged in here, you know, and it's really bullish. No, it's Monday. They want to come back down. So but here was a super slick trade. So they push up here. I get squeezed out right here. I take that screenshot. We dig into that imbalance. We push up. We dig again and a third. So there's your third drive back. And what's it doing? It's getting into this imbalance. Why am I not highlighting it? Because this is important. This 849. Why? Because the majority of the price action is going to stay in here. They already tapped in for this. And then you can see we come up, tag that first imbalance, and then we come right back in. Boom. I was like, oh, that's such a beautiful trade. I'm like, take it to the where? To the high. But at the same speaking, I don't want to find out. So I left it alone. But beautiful trade. Ended up panning out beautiful. Then it pushed up. Watch this. Comes, well, where are we going? Oh, let's drag this out. Oh, that's just so coincidental, right? Again, I had that projection here with the 3.5 to 4. We tag it. Tick. Come on, man. Then we come back down. And then, you know, you got a higher low. It's birdie day. It's going to turn into one. I'm looking for a dump and a pump. To keep this very simple. I'm looking for a dump and a pump. That's what it was. I was selling the dump and I'm buying the pump. Now here, I'll just, for extra credit, I'll just do the bodies here. All right, of that candle. Where are you? And look at the bodies. Boom. Okay, so when it comes back up, tags this, it retraces back in, for the push out trader, right? And then they come back to wipe them out. But look at the body of that candle. I'm talking about this 10-12. Look at that. See that? And then boom, gone, buddy. And where's it going? New high. And where's it also ultimately going? We're going for Friday's PM session liquidity right there. See that? So then, what's it called? We tag in. Here's an inversion. Didn't highlight it. I didn't trade the rest of the day. I just marked that one though. We came up. All right. And then it's birdie. So drive 1, drive 2, drive 3. And then we went sideways. So beautiful. And in these days, again, the old me would have tried to sell every single one of these until I tried to get it down here. Guess what? Didn't happen, right? So this is experience, and this is in the general. I mean, I'm not trying to buy that either, but and I'm not saying you need to trade. I'm just saying that, you know, you're not looking for those sells. So, and then ultimately we took out the high right there, right? So I feel like I'm missing something, but just fire right there. This and this, bro. Just sick. Because when we're up here, I already know that if we're up here, we're most likely still going up. We're not looking, it's not going to retrace back down. But for me, just playing it smooth and safe is just also cool with me. So, and then the 10 o'clock here, this was also the 10 o'clock 4-hour candle. So that's why I was like, maybe if it dips down, I'm like, nah, fuck that. So I left it alone. And sure enough, pushed up. And real quick, you get the dollar is also having some strength, pushing back up. Got these gaps, so they're trying to fill that up. And then here was initially I come to the chart and I have a higher low here with Nas. So you have lower lows with S&P and Dow, and that's that divergence I was talking about. So this was already kind of giving me that bullish stance. And then here you'll see originally we had lower lows here and higher lows here, but that doesn't mean I'm not in for the buy. And then when we come up here, we had lower lows with pretty much with Nas. I didn't draw it, but we'll just say that for a second. And you can see Dow pushing up still. So obviously you want to see Dow push up if we're coming down. But so we take the sell down, and then boom, lower lows here with Nas, and then higher lows with S&P and Dow. So pushes us all the way up. I'm already done for the day, and then here's another lower low with Nas. I'm sorry, with Dow. Higher lows here and higher lows here, and it just keeps going up. So real simple here. And that's what I love about this day. And I like Mondays. Mondays to me are just like, yeah, I might be lethargic or tired from the weekend. You want to see what price does, but it's a good mover, and it's still early. And yes, we have CPI, so it's not recommended to really trade it. But at the same time, because they have so much movement to do, it becomes an easy day. And I love these type of days. If just go back and take a look at the price action. All right, so Dow is still sitting in that imbalance right here. So they're just retracing back. So basically, that's what they were doing here is let me just draw it. So again, this right here from here to here retrace. That was a 61 if you recall. Now I said I was a little suspect and too easy, so they gave him hell, right? All right, so that's the higher low, and that's a higher high. So when we made this low, right? Yeah, I would love for it to just keep going up, but it didn't. So what did it do? It drives back. So you get a break, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And then ultimately I'd like to see it just go up now at this point. But you see that? You can see that, right? So, and they're just retracing back. And that's why we were saying, the community, I'm sure, is, the summer's going to be ugly, right? But July, I mean, this is supposed to be really bullish. But I think we'll still get it. And again, with CPI tomorrow, not in the market. We're going to wait till post CPI, and then we'll be back to trading. So we'll see what it does. And then I was over here. I know I'm kind of all over the place. So again, I was mentioning that, and this was a while ago with Dow, that are we gonna sweep this, or are we gonna just use it as support? Generally speaking, this will be used as support, right? So we'll see what they do here. But again, it is a little early, and we can still get that drawback down real quick for a oversold, so we can wipe out some liquidity, get into this breakout area, and then shoot up. If it doesn't shoot up from now. Look at Dow, fucking ugly as hell. And look at this shit. Just ugly as hell. And let's keep moving. S&P just took out the previous, well, not the previous day high, but the previous session high, and we're kind of stuck here. So we're going sideways. And in my experience, this is just a general consolidation. We are expecting an expansion. So let's see what else. I don't really need to mark much more than that. So the question is on this weekly for me, do they want to dip down and tag? And I don't have it drawn, but do they want to tag that bullish weekly? So we'll see what they do here. And so let me just finish. And as options, well, again, this is some built liquidity with that breakout level and this momentum imbalance. So are they going to save these guys, or are they going to hunt them? Right now, for the weekly candle, the way it looks, it's pretty strong. But obviously, anything below the open of the week is the best buys for the weekly candle, right? And that's kind of what it's doing there. But does it hold is the question. Overbought here in a 1 hour. Is it going to be some crazy shit? This is what I mean, in general speaking, this is what I would just like to see. I'd like to just see that. I mean, there's nothing really more I'd like to say here. But I'm just thinking for a second. All right, that's the bullish narrative, and they want to sell it at the end of the day. With that, PM imbalance. Boom. Come on, man. You can't make that up, bro. Stop in. Boom. I knew this was going to sell. I just wasn't going to be a part of it. So, what was I going to say? So, yeah, on the bullish tip, we have this. All right, we have this wick right here. So 50%, we want to track that. We have hourly imbalances right there. I'd like to see them stay empty if we're bullish. So, and then if we become like bearish, or not bearish, but like if we decide to come really lower, then I mean, obviously I want to see it come into here. And then bounce up. So let me just do it like this. Some shit like this. You know, one last FU and then, you know, but I don't think that's going to happen. At this point, I mean, anything's possible because it's just literally just chopping around now at this point. But it's still a logical trade. This is still a beautiful day. In an ugly price action, this is still a beautiful day because the logic is beautiful, right? I think that's, I don't think there's anything else to really say here. Let's see. And then we did get some pullbacks in the majors here. And do they want to dangle this right here? Because since we're in that imbalance right here, do they want to dangle this for this breakout area and then push up, or do they want to come for that area? Who knows? See this little model, see this little sell model right here? This little price action, and then we get the push up. Do they want to tag that into here? I mean, that's what I would do if I was them, but the price is already pretty much heavily up here. But that all-time high is there. So we'll see, man. I talked about a speaker possibly, but I mean, we'd have to really see some movement to come down there. So I'm treading lightly. That's all I can say. All I can say is just tread lightly. And again, I wouldn't even want it to come down here to push up. I would just like to see it push up from here, where it is even now. We have a nice support block right here. All right, and we've been tagging that, so I'd like to see that hold and push up. Back to the 4 hour. 4 hours a little suspect. They haven't hit an oversold. Doesn't have to or anything. Again, I don't rely on this. It's just, you know, oh no, man, with CPI, again, we'll just let CPI dictate what everything is going on, and then from there we'll take it. But I feel like I'm missing something, but I don't think I am. So I gave the examples, and Bitcoin at 120,000 now, isn't it? I think it was, yeah, something like that, 123 or some shit. But crazy. And then bonds. I think bonds are waking up right now, so that might give us a nice push up too. And then looking at the yields look like that they're at a top kind of thing. They swept some liquidity. And then back to dollar. Where'd dollar go? You know, they're coming up for this, and then they might have to roll back over just to get some of these guys right here, bullish or bearish, right? So that might dictate kind of what we do by pushing up. You'd want to see that roll over type of thing. If dollar can consistently go strong, I'm not saying that dollar and the stocks can't go together. Obviously, they're inversely correlated, but with an inflationary situation, they can roll together. But I think I'm beating a dead horse now. You guys take care. God bless.